Right, it's Jamie Jewett here interviewing for Block One Sports. I'm here with John Edwardson, Edo, and Abdul Khan. First, John, how are you, mate? Are you looking forward to the fight?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Just maybe the shorter camp's probably suiting me because it's like less put my body through what I need to. You know what I mean? I've been training well. So yeah, I'm ready for the 15th. Yeah.
You're ready. Abdul, mate, welcome. How are you feeling yourself? I know it's next Friday. You're really not very far away now. How's your training camp gone? And are you looking forward to the scrap?
Training camp's gone amazing. It's been a long one. Just before this camp even started, I was out in Vegas. I was training in Vegas, sparring, like the big boys out there, and mixing it in with them guys. And it was just a good little mini camp that got me ready for this camp. And this camp was brutal. So just looking forward to next Friday.
Nice. Well, look, I just want to have a little bit of background about this fight. I do find it quite interesting. I was just speaking to John just before you jumped on, Abdul, and he mentioned there were talks of retirement before this. I know John's quite a bit older than yourself. He's had some good boxing experience. John, you've had about 20 amateur fights, am I right? They're about
28. Yeah, 28.
28 amateur fights, and you've had 7 fights in the pros. You just fought Lewis Wood for an eliminator, and that was a 10-round fight. So in terms of experience, you've got the sort of age and wisdom on your side, shall I call it, John? You've got the 10 rounds of boxing experience, which obviously the 10-round distance is a big difference in the pros, but your experience is not massively off. I mean, Abdul, you've had 40 or so amateurs, 10 pros, you're a lot younger. It's an interesting fight, but you were mentioning, John, there was talks of retirement.
Yeah.
Then you got offered this fight. You've had a 3-week camp, and because there's a belt on the line, it's a fight that really interests you now. Tell us a bit about that now. Is it the belt that's made you want to take this?
Yeah, well, when he got offered that first and there was no belt and he was just saying like money, I said, to be honest, I don't need the money. Like, it's not a massive amount of money because if I need the money, I'll just work more hours and work, couldn't I? And then he come back and said, there's a belt. So if I can win the belt and something to come home with to show the kids, isn't he? You know what I mean? So, like,
Gotcha.
all the time you spend away from your family, no training and working. So
this fight to you, is there a big motivation behind that then? Because obviously belts are everything, especially to a pro. They're memoirs, they're sort of things to look back on. And exactly like you've just said, things to show your kids. I've got kids myself, and that's a massive thing for me, the pride. So is this a fight you'd really want to win for that belt and for that, maybe that retirement medal, so to speak, in the form of the belt?
Like, I wouldn't go into any fight not to win, you know what I mean? Like, you don't take a fight thinking, I'm going in there to lose, don't you? You go into every fight, doesn't matter if there's a belt on the line or there's nothing on the line, you want to win. It's like, you can't be in boxing game if you don't want to win, can you?
So what is it about Abdul's sort of style that makes you think you can win this fight? What would you say? How do you think you'll beat him?
It's nothing to do with Abdul's style. It's just that I'm like in my own confidence. Like, I go into any fight thinking that I can win. These dogs are just jumping on me. Yeah, like I wouldn't just like, it's not on Abdul's style. It's just that like I'm quite tough myself. You know what I mean? So I'll come and try and mix it for the 10 rounds. So that's what I try and do. So it's not. I haven't looked at Abdul's style saying that's what we need to do and that's what I just work on what I need to do. Get myself fit and strong and go for the 10.
And now, Abdul, obviously, this is Commonwealth Silver Online. Your first 10-round fight, as I said, that the disparity in experience with you two is not really, there isn't one. You've gone from amateur, you've had more of a longer amateur career. John's done longer distance in the pros, so he's a little bit more experience in that. But how are you looking at this fight? How much of a test is John for you next Friday?
He's definitely a step up from what I have been boxing. So, I do respect him as a fighter. He's boxed 10 rounds. He's had a good war with Lewis Wood. It was a very good fight, very entertaining fight, all action-packed. So I'm just ready for whatever he brings, to be fair.
I mean, listening to John, he sounds very respectful. He's obviously a nice guy. John, you seem to play it down a little bit, play yourself down a touch. But obviously, I understand if you want to win that belt and have a memoir for this for your kids, there's a huge drive behind that. I'm sure you'll agree. Abdul, do you think John's going to bring it to you next Friday? Do you think he's definitely there to give you a tough test and take everything you throw at him and battle on through to win that belt?
1,000,000%, His fight with Lewis Wood was a war. He took everything Lewis would give him and he came back. So I'm definitely not overlooking him to say, where I think I'll hit him and he'll go down for sure. Not. He's a family man. He's got kids, and it's in his hometown as well in Liverpool. So he ain't gonna just turn up to, lie down. He's going to come for a fight. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, a really good fight.
That's a good point there. I mean, Lewis Wood, John, you knocked him down with a hell of a shot in the second round. You clearly got some power yourself. I know your record's not exactly full of knockouts, but it shows that you can definitely punch. And you are going to be backed by all of your supporters in Liverpool. I heard you're a big ticket seller, and that is your hometown. So Abdul kind of is in your neck of the woods. And with that extra motivation behind you, are you secretly looking forward to a good tear up next weekend?
I always, like, people who know me know I love a good tear up. Like, no matter if I'm sparring or not, I'm there for the tear up. So that's what I enjoy about it, just having a good tear up, and then you shake hands after the fight, don't you? And you feel good, don't you?
So look, I've got two very respectful lads here. I know you, obviously, neither of you are much into your shit talking or your trash talking. I'm sure if you one of you was into that, you might draw the other one out a bit, but you're both very respectful lads. But I'm looking forward to a really good fight. I think
just don't see the point in it, man. I just think, Edo's a family man. I just can't, why am I going to talk shit to someone else's dad, man? You know what I'm saying? I got
that. You saying he's old enough to be your dad there, Abdul? That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, man. 36 now, aren't I?
The shit talking has started after all.
I just think he's coming for a fight, man, and leave it be, man. Just have a good fight
You
for
think
the
you're
fans.
talking in the ring, don't we?
That's it. Like, the fight was going to happen like a year ago. Eddie couldn't even touch on that.
Yeah.
We was going to fight for every title about
Yeah,
a year
the title, weren't we?
But it didn't happen then. But I think everything happens for a reason, and we're here now, so I'm really looking forward to a really good fight.
Yeah, 100%. I do feel like that's what you're going to get. Like I said, we've got all the Liverpool fans behind you there, John. And if this is going to be your last hurrah, I'm sure you're going to go out swinging. So I'm looking forward to this fight. So look, we understand a little bit about where John's head is at career-wise. Abdul, what do you see this fight being a stepping stone to? What are your goals in boxing? And how do you think Block 1 Sports are going to be able to get you there?
Definitely, win this fight title, and then look at the other major titles that are in the division. Even look at the English title or the full Commonwealth. Things like that. I'm therefore, looking at this fight as a good fight to get me ready for them type of fights.
So if you're going to be one of them type of fights after, I'm kind of understanding you're going to have to make a bit of a statement here. Are you out to prove a point against John? I know we both know, respectable fighter, tough guy. But are you looking for a statement win? Are you going to look for a knockout?
We worked on various different styles, to be fair, in the gym. A few opponents that were offered to us after the first time the fight never happened with Edo. Talking about this time round, there was a few fighters, but they all had a similar style to Edo. They were very tough. They were up for a war, and them fights didn't happen either. But I've kind of been training for that same style for a while. Even when I was out in Vegas, the style they teach over there, just more of getting you ready for someone who is tough. I've worked on various different styles, and I'm definitely looking to make a statement because, I need to announce myself in this division.
100%. Well, look, a guy that obviously doesn't really take a step back in John, loads of motivations behind it and his fans behind it, as we've said. I'm looking forward to this fight, and I'm sure you guys are going to put on one hell of a show. So on that note, both of you, thanks for talking to us. I cannot wait to be there ringside. I think you both boys are going to bring it. And John, obviously, with everything that's on the line for this and your attempts at the belt, I wish you the best of luck. And thanks. Abdul, I'm looking forward to seeing you prove yourself next weekend, mate. And thanks for talking to us, boys. Best of luck to both of you. And may the best man win.
Okay, thanks, mate.
All the best,
Cheers,
mate.
lads.
All the best. See you later.
In a bit. Bye.